If we have an opportunity to tell one more story in a way that is kind of meaningful without being too oppressive, that's our responsibility, is to be telling stories that have like an optimistic message.
We had to go on with life, and we made the best of it. My brother was a child prodigy. He was on stage since he was 6 years old. At 25 years of age, he was the conductor of the Philharmonic Orchestra in Vilna. When the ghetto was liquidated, the men were brought to Kloga. It was a terrible camp. An hour before liberation, they burned them to death. They burned them.
In 1941, my uncle and his family were sent to the Vilna ghetto. While in the ghetto, Wolf was allowed to leave to conduct the Vilna orchestra, but had to return every night. Him and the other musicians smuggled all the instruments to put together an orchestra, including a piano that they assembled piece by piece. My uncle conducted 35 concerts creating the Vilna Ghetto Orchestra. He created a 100-voice choir and a music school for children. It was his commitment to creating a cultural life for the prisoners. My uncle believed that music was life.
I think he wrote it just to uplift himself and the people around, because it keeps going up, you know. It's like again. When you think that's gonna be the end, it's like, I didn't give up yet.
The fact that this song was found around the time that the Nazis were marching in Charlottesville, I mean, it changed my life. It set me out on this journey to take this song from the ashes of the Holocaust and give it wings.
Won't be silent, won't be silent, not for one more day. We'll speak out to future generations, will be saved.
When I first heard the song, it was the harrowing quality of the melody. It was just, emotionally, it hit me as this bittersweet moment. I feel so honored that you asked me to do it, because this is so important. I mean, I think this whole thing is a collaborative effort. I think it started with you finding out about your uncle, unearthing the song, bringing it to someone like me to interpret it, and kind of us discussing what that song would look like today. We would never say, be silent.
Never.
And he wouldn't want us to say that now.
No. The way you wrote the words, bring it into this place of hope, which was the essence of what I wanted to do. It's the only way I wanted to give my uncle a legacy.
We won't close our eyes and fear and hide. We'll let our beauty reign. Nothing stands between us and the world we dream to roam. We won't be silent, not for.
As a choir, the thing we do best is use our voices. And that's what we want people to do. You know, we want people in this current moment of resistance to use their voices.
All of our ancestors have somewhere along the line been oppressed. And I think this song for me should be about that we can't and just won't stay silent anymore. people in slavery, they couldn't rise up. They had to stay silent.
We're healing for the 7 generations to come. And so like to witness that is powerful.
Even though this comes from such a much bigger place, it feels very personal at the same time.
There's something really recursive about looking at the struggles that other people have experienced. Just being inspired by how they pushed forward allows us to push forward.
We'll break the silence, break the silence, screaming words of hope. Silence, silence, oh, silence, silence. Break the silence. We're screaming words of hope.
You're doing your work off of the backs and the struggles of the people that actually experienced repression in the past and the people that are actually still experiencing it now today.
No guardaremos el silencio ni un día más. Levantaremos nuestras voces sin temor para abrir camino y elevar nuestra humanidad. Unidos lograremos que en el mundo haya paz. Llevamos siempre en nuestros corazones tanto amor para resucitar a nuestro pueblo del dolor.
I come from a Jewish Lebanese family and I'm a gay man, so in my own story I had to stand up for myself a lot and express my voice.
No guardaremos el silencio. Won't be silent, won't be silent. No guardaremos el silencio. Not for one more day.
I won't be silent about my truth, the voice of my heart, about what my integrity calls me to do.
Nothing stands between us and the world we dream to know. Guardaremos el silencio.
Won't be silent, won't be silent. Not for one more day. We'll speak out, so the future will be saved. Won't close our eyes and fear and hide. We're gonna let our beauty reign. We're gonna fight until it's changed, until there's no more hate.
Artivism and using music especially in any movement is so important. The underrepresented communities like the people of color, like the indigenous peoples, like poor people, these are the people who, are getting the most affected by all of these issues and they're getting paid the least attention to. We can't be silent anymore now at this point, especially.
Won't be silent, not for one more day. We'll speak out so future generations will be saved. Won't close our eyes.
I won't be silent about police brutality.
I won't be silent about LGBTQ rights because I have 2 moms and it's important to me.
I think it's really important that we speak up about the health of the environment.
It's our chance to pass on music that was passed to us from the great musicians that didn't have a chance to have their music shared.
Anti-Semitism is on the rise, but we've got a lot of problems in the country and in the world that need to be addressed. I see a lot of young activists, like in my generation, speaking out.
I won't be silent about gun control, gay rights, about civil rights.
Prejudice and ignorance.
Institutionalized racism, about oppression of minorities across the country.
Women's rights and about reproductive health. So for me, being able to sing this song is a personal message for me to be able to tell these women that we're not going to be silent for them.
I have friends that identify as gay, and I'm not silent about how people are violating their rights. They should be able to love who they want.
As an LGBT youth, we should not be silent about how we feel and who we are, and we shouldn't have to hide anything from other people.
It's really important that we're singing this song because a man who was killed in such a horrendous way gets to live on forever.
It's so inspiring to have music as a medium to connect to history and to connect to people's stories and narratives that would otherwise be lost.
Singing the song was extremely meaningful, and especially the words, screaming words of hope, because it conveys the message to everybody that they should be screaming out when there's hate.
We can make a change just by one of us standing up.
It's really important that people aren't afraid to talk.
That moment where there's a choice to be silent and just let it go on, or to take a risk.
I feel very, very honored and very, in a way, baptized by history, having the chance to bring this melody to the world.
When I heard the first time this song, I was not able to sing because I was crying. Now I start again, sorry.
This little piece of music that has such a history and that was nearly forgotten now has such a resonance.
I had goosebumps. It was very, very important for me to be part of this.
The music, I think, is healing. The words are healing and the positive energy is healing.
There is an amazement for me to convert the cruelty of the past into a hope for the future.
I think it's very important that we do not forget what we did.
Never let us forget.
Don't forget and don't forget.
You have accomplished an event that transcends time and history and family and community.
All of these young musicians will keep his memory alive by continuing to create, play, and have his name attached to what they create.
It's very easy to forget. I think the work is important and nobody should ever forget because tragically history could repeat itself.
The fact that he was able to find beauty in such a dark time, in such a dark place, just gives me hope. My ultimate goal is to bring this piece of music back to where it was written. That would be the full arc of this project, to kind of give it the proper ending.